I'm Joe Condon. Welcome to our program. It is Palm Sunday, and we are honored to have with us on Palm Sunday a gentleman who pops up like once or twice a year on Albany Street, and it's the first time he has arrived as a member of the New York State Assembly. It's our honor to have with us Assemblyman Angelo Santabarbara of the 111th Assembly District.
Thank you, Joe. It's an honor to be here. It's great to be back, and it's great to see you again.
And your district is Montgomery County, Albany County, and Schenectady County. Teeny-weeny parts of each county, which turns into a big geographic area.
Yes, so actually it's all of Montgomery, part of Schenectady, and a small part of Albany County.
I know you're not here to talk about you being in the Assembly, but I got to ask you, how do you like the job so far?
It's good. It's good. It's a great opportunity to be able to take on some bigger issues. I was at the county legislature for 5 years in Schenectady County, and this is an opportunity to serve residents of the newly drawn 111th Assembly District.
I have to make a personal observation. We were at Assemblyman Santabarbara's swearing in, and so many people were sworn in that day. But you looked like Santa Claus had just given you everything under the Christmas tree. You look so happy.
Well, we really worked so hard in the campaign. I had a great campaign team. We really got our message out to the voters. It was great to be there. I was honored to have the opportunity to be sworn in and be able to represent this district.
And something you've been involved in for years and years and years, and one of the reasons you've come back to be on Albany Street time and time again is the future city competition where you're encouraging boys and girls to get into the engineering field, right?
Yes, and in my former life, I was I was a civil engineer. I was in that field for about 15 years, and I got involved with youth outreach. Particularly Future City Competition was just such a great program. I wish that I had gotten. I wish it was around when I was going to school. And Future City Competition, what it is it's a chance for 6th, 7th, and 8th graders to actually play the role of being an engineer. And not only that, you actually get a chance to design a city of the future. And each year they have this competition. And schools, over 20 schools, local schools are participating, regional schools are involved with the competition. And it's a regional competition where you compete against other schools to design the best city of the future. And the winner of the regional competition actually goes and competes at a national competition in Washington, D.C. So it's quite an exciting program, and I'm very happy to be here to promote it today.
Well, you're one of those people who is very lucky in life that you have a job that you love, and you love being an engineer. And for boys and girls or parents or grandparents listening this morning, why would you recommend someone get into the field of engineering? First of all, explain what it's all about.
Well, Joe, the engineering is not as promoted as the other professions. It's true. It's sometimes forgotten. But if you think about it, engineering is all around us. Our roads, our bridges, transportation systems, even our traffic systems, everything is involved. Computers, some sort of engineering is involved with it. And it makes our lives, what it does is it makes our lives easier. In my field, civil engineering, particularly land development, we figure out how to take land and make it usable. Build houses, build community housing, build a park, any sort of outdoor project involves a civil engineer. And I like this so much because it really makes people's lives easier, whether it's bringing water and sewer to communities that don't have it, making their lives easier, cleaning up the environment, making things handicap accessible. All involves engineering. All those provisions for disabled people all involves engineering. It's a great way to really be a part of the community and help the community through technology and technical know-how.
For the kids at school right now, is there any field they should excel in? Like, should they be pretty good in math or chemistry, sort of be inclined that way? And if you're not good in math or chemistry, kind of stay away from it?
Well, that's a really good question. A lot of people ask that, and a lot of students ask that when I talk to them. And what I tell them is this, is that math and science, yes, it is important in the engineering field. However, what is also important is communication skills. I mean, people forget about that, but you have to be able, if you come up with a great idea, you have to be able to convey that idea and show people why it's a better way of doing something, show people why your design is good, it's efficient, all those things. You have to be able to communicate. And also, you have to have an artistic side to you. things that are designed. You have to kind of think outside the box, come up with the best design, come up with something that's aesthetically pleasing that fits in with the community. So there's a lot more to it than the math and science. And I tell kids that, the math and science is important, but you also have to concentrate on the other subjects. The communication, the creativity, all goes into the engineering field. And that's what I tell people. Just try it out. Try out the Future City competition. Sixth graders became part of this program a few years back. They decided to go. It used to be seventh and eighth graders. Now it's sixth graders, and they give you a topic. Like this year was cleaning up rainwater runoff. And kids come up with an idea. They start off with a computer model, and maybe a lot of people have heard about SimCity. They do a computer model. They come up with a design, and they tackle issues like zoning, pollution problems, transportation, how your city is going to, be economically sound. All these things go into the design, and they come up with some great computer models. They actually get to make a reality, because what they do later on in the competition is they take that model from the computer and make it a reality using recycled materials and stuff that kids bring in, whether it's cans or boxes, and they put it together to actually make a physical scale model of their city. And they present this model. This year it's been at Hudson Valley Community College in the community college. In the sports facility there, they line up these models one by one in a giant circle, and it's like it's like a science fair. You see everybody's idea of what a city of the future should look like. And then I talked about communication. So the communication part of it, they actually take these models now and they bring them up on stage and present them throughout the day in front of judges, and they have a team that talks about the city and why it's a great city and how it addresses things like pollution, how it addresses transportation, how it addresses, this year it was cleaning up rainwater. Last year it was renewable energy. All these ideas, and kids start thinking about it, and a lot of them realize, hey, this is something I might like to do, and it really opens their eyes to the world of engineering.
Palm Sunday, the program is Albany Street. I'm Joe Condon. We are honored to have with us this week Angelo Santabarbara, who is the Assemblyman from the 111th Assembly District. If boys and girls want to participate in the Future City competition, what do they do? Go to their school principal, go to their school teachers, or who do they go to?
Well, there's a lot of participating schools already. In my district, Shelmont has participated in the past. Mahonison has participated in the past. This year we had schools in the city of Schenectady that were participating. If the program's not already in place, you should mention it to your science or your guidance counselor or one of your teachers that you'd like to be involved, you'd like to form a team. Maybe your parents can help you. I would recommend visiting the website, www.futurecity.org. It has a form on there. It explains a couple of simple, easy steps to get involved. Even if you're just thinking about it, maybe you try it out. Maybe you form a team. It can be an after-school program. Some schools have actually incorporated it as part of their curriculum, or you can take it as a class throughout the year. So either way, there's a phone number on that website. You could call the regional representative. They can guide you. They're very helpful. They can guide you through the process. You can see past competitions. You can see some of the models. Some of the models that were done in my district were displayed at the museum in Schenectady for people to see. And some of them are actually in the school. I think in Shelmont School they had a model that they did years ago. But there's a lot. It's a very good website in explaining the program, the competition, how it's scored, and even the regional competition. And then it talks about the national competition that takes place in Washington, D.C. It's really a great program if you're thinking about being an engineer, or maybe just want to see what it's like. It's a great way to do that.
You've sort of answered my next question. As you know, this program airs not only in Albany, but it airs on our Albany Broadcasting Stations up in the Glens Falls, Lake George, Queensbury market. And besides serving that area, those stations pound into the state of Vermont and get into Massachusetts as well. And our listeners there this morning, they are also eligible to have their kids participate?
Yes, absolutely. Like I said, it's a regional competition, and there were over 20 schools in participation, and I don't know the exact number, but there was quite a few schools, and it's growing every year. This program becomes more, and it just keeps growing, and we have more schools participating every year. What's nice about it is the local engineering community is involved. All our judges, all the people that sponsor this event local firms, engineering firms that are involved in doing actual engineering in the region. They also are part of this program. They sponsor because a lot of them realize that this is the way to get local homegrown engineers, expose them, and it's all about reaching kids at a younger age, so that at least they have some knowledge of what it's like to be in the engineering field, so they can prepare as they get into the high schools and go on into college. This is something that they can explore, and not everybody becomes an engineer that's in this program, but I think at least some of them do go on because of this program.
Now, do the kids who want to participate in the future city competition, do they need the approval of their school teacher or school principal, or can they just go on their own and get involved?
Yes, they would need, what's required is a sponsoring mentor, engineering mentor, somebody like myself or somebody that works in the engineering field to kind of mentor them through the engineering process, answer technical questions, guide them along on things like zoning, things like engineering design, and just kind of keep them on track. And they also need a sponsoring teacher from their school. Those two things. And then the team can be anywhere from 3, 5, 10 or more kids that can be on the team, and they can all participate. I've seen teams bigger than that, and I've seen small teams as well. But any size team, it's they can compete, and they can show up at the competition and compete against the other schools.
Got to take a break. The program is Albany Street on this Palm Sunday. I'm Joe Condon. Our guest this week is Angelo Santabarbara, who is with the 111th Assembly District. He's the assemblyman there. And we're talking about the future city competition. We'll be back in a moment.